before I give my intro, I wanted to ask James, because we promised all the listeners at the end of last episode that we would ask you what you thought of Black Dynamite.
Oh, what I thought of it?
Yes.
I think it was different. Intentionally like campy and real cheesy. I enjoyed it. I would have probably given it like a 7.
Okay, yeah, that's what pretty much what we gave it. I think 7.5, I think, or something.
Yeah,
around there. But yeah, that's better than a 4. So kudos, kudos to Black Dynamite for being better than Basket Case.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right, are you guys ready for my intro? There's a lot, so I apologize in advance. So we're talking about Birds of Prey. It's rated R. It's from 2020. It was released last February, if you can believe that. Right before COVID really hit. COVID was already a thing, but not as bad, not nearly as bad as where we are right now. Better times. 1 hour, 49 minutes. It's got a smooth 78 on Rotten. Written by Christina Hodson. Directed by Kathy Yan. Starring Margot Robbie, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, Journey Smollett, Ewan McGregor, Rosie Perez, Ella J. Basco, and Chris Messina. The film follows Harley Quinn after being dumped by the clown Prince of Crime. She then is tasked with an impossible mission and is forced to team up with an unlikely group of anti-heroes in order to take down Black Mask, aka Roman Sionis. The film serves as both a follow-up to 2016 Suicide Squad and an origin story for DC's infamous woman-fronted Birds of Prey. The Birds adaptation was first pitched by its main star Margot Robbie back in 2015. It was greenlit nearly a year later. The production took place in 2019 and would end up being the second rated R DCU film to be released after the massively successful Joker standalone film. Although Birds did not pull off an impressive box office draw, I do believe it was successful at outshining David Ayer's ill-fated Suicide Squad. Sorry, James. In almost every way. Margot Robbie is able to really dig into her character, not shying away from foul language and intense brutality, not to mention Ewan McGregor's unique and flamboyant take on Black Mask. Not to forget Christopher Messina, aka Victor Zsasz, who is clearly having a blast on this set. Gotham is painted like a colorful, crime-ridden haven of sorts. The music is modern, but helps really push the strong female narrative that director Kathy Yan has so gracefully set up. Even as a hard R film, its kooky and almost animated take on its comic origins makes for an incredibly fun flick, but also manages to touch on important taboo subjects such as toxic relationships and women regaining their independence in a world rife with this eccentric male dominance. In closing, I am so glad this film was able to be made, as it single-handedly strikes down the all-too-common male gaze that has been normalized within pretty much all comic book universes. I humbly believe Birds of Prey is on a par with Marvel's Deadpool, giving the merc with the mouth a definitive run for his money. Thank you.
Nice. Beautiful.
So James, tell everybody why you wanted to talk about this film in depth.
Well, for one, I think Margot Robbie really does capture. She really has figured out a way to actually become a Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Just like how you mentioned Deadpool and Ryan Reynolds. He's basically the Deadpool is his spirit animal. I would say. I think Margot Robbie is. It's the same thing for her with Harley Quinn, and I think she does an amazing job. She did a great job in Suicide Squad. I'm excited to see her in the Suicide Squad. coming out next year, I do believe. So I'm excited for that. But for picking this, I think it was very different, and I just like the whole feel of it, the direction that they went, kind of putting you or letting you know where the cinematic universe is kind of headed. At least that's how I felt. And for this being, I do believe, I talked to you a little bit about it, but I think Kathy Yan or Yan's, I think this is her first like really big time movie, and I know she's done other things, other foreign films, but this was a really big one for her, and I think that was really cool. And I think she's kind of solidified or let people know what she can do, given the right time and letting her work this magic that she did with this movie. And I think the cast was amazing. I think one of my favorite characters in this is probably Victor Zsasz. Yeah. And I think he was, it left me wanting more from him. I kind of felt almost robbed by his death, but it was definitely justified, and I liked it. I like seeing him kind of get his just desserts, and getting killed the way he did. And that's pretty much why I picked it. I just think it's a really cool play on Harley and the Birds of Prey. I just think it kind of sucks that, like you were saying, it didn't really do too well in theaters and the box offices. A lot of people from what other media outlets were saying, that it was kind of some fans or moviegoers were kind of confused. They weren't sure what it was. It was too long of a title for them to kind of figure out what it was. And that's why I think towards the end of its career in the theaters, they actually changed it to Harley Quinn on the headers when you would go in to watch the movie. Yeah, it's like Harley Quinn, and then the subtitle is Birds of Prey. Yeah. So that was pretty funny that they ended up changing that kind of at the tail end of its run in theaters. But yeah, I really did enjoy this movie. I think it still holds up every time I watch it. This was my fourth time watching it. I just rewatched it last night. So I definitely like. I kind of want to see what this movie would have looked like without the extensive reshoots that they did right before this movie getting released. Because I know they did a whole bunch of rewriting with Ewan McGregor's character, saying that he might have been too offensive to the LGBTQ community. That he was playing. I think the words that people were saying, that he was too like out there as a gay man. Yeah, too over the top. Like he was over the top. Yeah. And I don't know. I like the way he is in this. He's actually really funny. But yeah, I'm kind of intrigued, and I'm curious to see what it would have looked like without especially the action reshoots as well. But yeah, what did you guys think of this? You guys have all seen this before, right? Tiny is the only one who hasn't watched it, so I'm really interested to hear his take. Okay, yeah, let's hear it.
So yeah, dude, I thought it was good, dude. I agree with Wes that this is DC's counter to Deadpool, and I thought it was pretty fun, dude. It was definitely, I agree with Wes again, it was funner than Suicide Squad. But, this was way after. Of course, they could rewrite and do better stuff. But, yeah, dude, I loved the movie. I loved how it went in the storyline of Harley's basically consequences. That was pretty fun. I loved Ewan McGregor. I'm interested in what you said about the non-reshoots, what they originally had, because he was fucking dope and eccentric, and I wish they'd let him do a little more, maybe. I don't know if I could complain. Yeah, dude, and I thought they should have just named this movie Harley Quinn without the Birds of Prey, because if they would have brought if they had Birds of Prey in here and never would have said anything, that would have been like a better surprise for us all. I thought they should have they should have just left it like Harley Quinn, and then if we get Birds of Prey in a Harley Quinn movie, fuck it, dude. But I'm happy about that. And they said fuck it, and they did it. The movie is really nice, dude. I loved Victor Zsasz too. I was kind of upset because Black Mask and Victor Zsasz, they kind of were wasted a little bit. But I guess in this universe of DC, there's so many fucking villains. Are you really that sad about losing Black Mask and fucking Victor Zsasz? But yeah, dude. Yeah, it's a good movie, man. I think it does deserve its 78 on Rotten. It's kind of like on 80%, so
yeah,
to like 3 more % higher than Basket Case, but it's a good movie.
Oh man.
I think in terms of Black Mask, I think I kind of regret them doing. Well, spoiler alerts if you haven't seen it, but I kind of regret them killing him off. I'd rather would have had liked to see him maybe be like have an arm or something blown off.
I wanted to say I do kind of agree with you that and Tiny as well. I think that Black Mask, it feels his death felt a little rushed for how much they built him up. But at the same time, I feel like because his death is pretty fucking badass, actually. I feel like without that, I would have felt robbed too, because it's like, okay, so what's the point? You know what I mean? What did we go through this ride for? There had to be some means to an end, and I feel like that's why they went for the jugular, and they took him out. And as for Victor Zsasz, as much as I loved his character, and he's one of the strongest, at least acting chops in this. I thought he was so good, and yeah, it's sad to see him go. But
also,
go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sad too. But I want to throw. I don't know if this is wasted potential or just different story, but Cassandra Cain, I feel like that was wasted because she's supposed to be an 8-year-old girl that's trained by Ra's al Ghul, but I guess now she's under Harley's like parentalship or whatever.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know. And Cassandra Cain's supposed to also come in contact with like Batman like way later, and like if not, I think after he's dead. So like I don't know what they were going for. I just think they just said fuck it, we're gonna throw Cassandra Cain in this movie. I don't know. It's kind of weird, but fuck it, dude. I thought, yeah. Would you guys know anything about Cassandra Cain? Like, she's supposed to be like a top dog martial artist and like a bodyguard for Ra's al Ghul. Do you guys know anything about that?
Well, I mean,
she ends up taking on the role of Batgirl. Yeah, when she's older.
Do you think like they're gonna do something with that, or like?
Not necessarily. I don't think that was their intention. I don't know. They have their own. They can do what they want, and it could be a throwaway character, and we never see her again. Yeah. Or we can see her sometime down the line of films, grown up as a young adult. 18, 19 or whatever.
This gets me excited because they could totally do a movie where if they go with Harley Quinn again, like a Harley Quinn title, where Ra's al Ghul takes it from her. That'd be dope. Like that kind of like, you know what I mean? That'd be kind of cool for a Harley Quinn 3. Is Suicide Squad Harley Quinn 1 or no?
No. Suicide Squad is just
Suicide Squad movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is technically an introduction to her character. We see like the relationship between her and Joker unfold, and so it's definitely wasn't really about her. She's just a part of the Suicide Squad. So this one, she got a lot more, of course, screen time. This is her movie; she owns it. And then I'm curious to see if they really do get was it Gotham City Sirens off the ground. I know that she wanted to do that one as well. Correct, James?
Yeah. Well, I know that was. I do believe trying to think of what happened. I know Gotham City Sirens and